Tesla stock was once a stock that had a meteoric rise, making money out of thin air and printing it for so many people, making lots of people rich, including Elon Musk, putting him into the #1 spot of the richest person in the world. But just like that meteoric rise happened, now we might be looking at the meteoric fall of Tesla, with the charts not looking too good for Tesla themselves. You see, for the past week, down 20%. The past month, down 32%. 3 months only gets worse at 56% down, and the year down 63%. So obviously not performing very well, plummeting down and taking all of those gains that lots of people enjoyed having and making people feel pretty poor right now. And you see how absolutely insane this drop from Tesla is. You can see this saying Tesla's market cap drop is bigger than the legacy car industry. So the entire industry here, Tesla went from 1.2 billion, 1.2 trillion, 1,002 billion to right now 435 billion, which still makes it the biggest car manufacturer by far. And a lot of people could argue that Tesla isn't a car manufacturer, it's a tech company. But at the end of the day, Tesla cars is what makes Tesla money. They're a luxury car maker. And in the recession that we're heading in, that could be a big blow to Tesla and a big revenue hit. And they could start not growing at these 50% per year rates that a lot of people expect them to. I mean, if we just look at the stock chart for Tesla, it gets pretty crazy here. Seeing since 2018, it's currently facing the longest red streak since March 2020. And this stock, it's not looking very good. It had this absolute blast up, and it's coming back down just as quickly, it seems. Even looking at Tesla stock and trying to see where people are trying to find bottoms or where the price could go. Obviously, you have the Tesla bulls saying, it doesn't matter, it's just a dip and to buy everything, and the Tesla bears saying it's the end of the world, Tesla is going to be worthless. But for this chart right here, if you're going to draw some, lines on here and pretend that you know exactly what's going on, something around maybe here $58, around $50 is where a lot of people are talking that Tesla stock could go down to. And to go down from 123 to 58, $60 is another 50% drop. It is absolutely mind-blowing if that does happen. And obviously shareholders of Tesla are livid, and even the biggest bulls of Tesla are livid at Elon Musk and what he's doing with Twitter, and saying that he's taking his time away from Tesla, and that's impacting the stock and the company, and that's why it's falling. Which, regardless of what you think of Elon Musk, what he's doing with Twitter, and if it's taking away from his ability to run Tesla, he can't stop this recession and just magically give people a bunch of money. Tesla is a luxury car brand at the end of the day. Cars are very expensive from Tesla. They are not cheap cars. And when people are poor and don't have money and they have to just save for bills or barely make it through, they are not looking to buy luxury anything, even luxury cars that could be $50,000, $60,000 to start. So in reality, Elon Musk bought Twitter and took his attention away from Tesla. But what would he be able to do, really? He wouldn't be able to push sales too much because people just don't have the money to spend. But if you're an investor or shareholder in Tesla and you just think that, you know what, it's going to be fine, there's no worries, I'm just going to hold it out and hold the stock. We all know 2020 to 2021, 2022 was massive speculation, and a big bubble formed in tons of assets. And if we look back to a previous big bubble, the dot-com bubble, we can see a couple companies here that actually took a long time to recover. This one being IBM in the dot-com bubble got up all the way to around $75, around that area, and it didn't reach 75 again until 2008. Where it immediately plummeted again and then reached 75 around 2009. So it's almost an entire decade that you would have to hold the stock for it just to get back to where it was during a massive speculation. And another big company that everyone probably knows is Intel. This stock at the dot-com bubble right here, $43 a share. It didn't touch $43 again until 2018. In 2018. So almost 2 decades of time you would have to hold this stock just to get back to break even from where the speculation came from. And for those tech stocks, it took them about 17 years for them to finally recover from the dot-com bubble. And that is something that we could be staring down again, because individual stocks could take a very, very long time to recover, whereas an overall index maybe doesn't take as long. And there's even stocks in that dot-com bubble that just never recovered and never came back. So you got to think about it that way too. I don't think Tesla is going to be one of those stories, but maybe it's one that takes a long, long time to reach the big heights that it had during a big speculation phase. And other massive problems that Elon has with Tesla that might be catching up to him because we are in tough times and not everyone is so happy and, really excited about markets or even any economy really. Right here, you can see Elon Musk promises self-driving cars next year, every year since 2014. So maybe that's a strategy you can take. I think something you cannot take away from Elon is he's a really good marketer and a really good salesman, because for him to sell you self-driving every single year since 2014 and still not have that be a feature that's out, and people didn't question it, that's a pretty good salesman. But now entering times that aren't going to be so happy and happy-go-lucky and all, like everyone's excited and saying, well, it'll come eventually. Rough times, we want to see results. When is this thing coming? And if it's not coming next year when you said it is, and it comes to 2023, and all of a sudden he says, well, we're looking at 2024 for this, maybe people's patience, runs up. And it doesn't even stop with just full self-driving that people are paying 5,000 or tens of thousands of dollars for. It even goes on to the Roadster that was supposed to be 2023, but with a big if, so it got delayed. And if we look down here, when first unveiling the next generation Tesla Roadster in 2017, Musk said that it will come out in the market in 2020. Tesla started taking reservations for the impressive electric supercar with a 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds and over 600 miles of range at the unveiling event. People who wanted to be first in line to get the vehicle had to put down between $50,000 and $250,000 in deposits. So this is more promises. 2017 promises to be out in 2020. 2020 comes and goes, it's not here. 2021 comes and goes, it's still not here. And 2022 has came and went, and maybe it's out in 2023 or 2024. Who really knows at this point? And basically with that money, if you put a down payment on a Tesla Roadster, say $50,000 because you want to reserve one for yourself, you basically gave Tesla an interest-free loan until they eventually decide to come out with the car. And I think there's a big case about that, and people are finally starting to get upset about it and maybe fighting back. But either way, Tesla's promised a lot. It has overpromised and underdelivered constantly in good times, which people might have shrugged off. But in tough times, maybe people aren't so willing to shrug those kinds of things off anymore. So we'll see what happens with Tesla. I don't think it's going to not recover or go bankrupt or like disappear as a company. They make money, so I don't see them doing that. But they could definitely be a company that takes many years, maybe not a decade, maybe 3, 4, 5 years to just get back to where it was during massive speculation. Maybe it does take a decade, 2 decades to get back there. That's completely possible. And if you're happy holding the stock for that long, good for you. But if you don't necessarily believe in these individual stocks reaching speculation level again, maybe it's time to diversify. But that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.